We know that you will fight anyone, and it's such a wonderful heavyweight mix at the moment. Of course, we have the IBF Championship in a few weeks' time. Daniel Dubois, Joseph Parker. It's a wonderful, terrific matchup. Yeah. Which way are you swinging on that?
I think Joseph Parker will win the fight because Daniel Dubois, he never fights someone. We saw Daniel Dubois against Usyk, and Daniel Dubois doesn't want to fight someone who's moving a lot, and I think Joseph Parker is going to do the same. That's my opinion. I think Daniel Dubois, it will be in the shit. So Parker will take over and win the fight.
Real 50-50 fight, that interesting fight there, and no one really knows what way that's going to go. Will Daniel Dubois, you know, the guy that's been moving through the ranks and momentum's really with him, but so is it with Parker. Now listen, I want to speak to you about Eddie Hearn actually. Yeah. He mentioned here on Talksport that he doesn't like mentioning you in any conversation. You're like the chairman of the Who Needs Him, Who Wants Him club. No one wants Bakole. No, we do, but we ain't got to fight him, mate. I mean, look at the size of the guy. Yeah, but I mean, yeah, talk to us about that. Eddie says, you know, he never really mentioned you.
Look, Eddie was in the gym in Sheffield. When I was sparring Anthony Joshua, Eddie was there ringside. And he know and he see what I done to Eddie. And that's why since from that moment and today, he will never talk about me. And he will never mention my name because, you know, I can take everyone and I can knock out anyone.
What happened that day?
That day, that was, when I come first in the gym, I find more than 6, 7 people come to spar AJ. And my first round, so I give him hard time. And the next day, and they take everyone out and they shut the door, they take everyone out. It was only me and Kabayal, someone like that. And I came to spar him, give him 4 rounds, but I was surprised his coach asked me to do 6 rounds, if I can do 6 rounds or 8 rounds. I said, yeah, I'm ready. And first round went nice, and the head tried to knock me out. And I was like, what the hell? I came here to help you, and you want to give me hard time. Oh, and my coach said, hey, show him. I catch him with a beautiful left hand. And I shake his head and legs, so everyone was quiet in the gym. They stopped a little bit hazy, and he recovered again. We start again squat.
So it lit the fire when he came for you?
I only use left hook, yeah.
Okay.
Listen, and you've mixed it in the gym with some other big names as well. I've actually witnessed you and Derek Chisora.
Yeah.
I saw what went on in that gym.
Oh, you were there?
Yeah, I was there.
I bet that was great, eh?
Yeah.
I knocked out Tom Little. Yeah,
knocked out Tom Little, that's right. Yeah, that was a very tough spar. But also, Daniel, you mixed it with Daniel Dubois as well.
So twice, yeah.
Yeah, so listen, that's why you're so confident, man. That's why. That's maybe why you're the chairman of the Who Needs Him, Who Wants Him club, because of what goes on in these gyms.
Well, come on, Spencer. Let's line them up. Let's talk about the big fights, right? What happens if and when you fight AJ?
I'll knock him out from round first to 4. I'll knock AJ. AJ will never pass round 5.
Okay, that's Anthony Joshua. Daniel Dubois.
Daniel Dubois will knock him out first round or second round.
First or second round. So AJ doesn't go 4, Dubois doesn't go 2.
Yeah.
Okay, what about Alexander Usyk?
Oh, that's a tough fight. A good fight, but I'll stop him in round 6.
Round 6.
There we go again with another chaotic appearance of Bakole as he was being interviewed by Talksports. So let me knock this appearance out a little quick. I will start by taking the first part where Bakole is seeking Joseph Parker to win the fight against Daniel Dubois. Well, I don't know if this has been subjective or objective for Bakole, but one of the arguments he put forward to justify why Joseph Parker can win this fight is that he thinks that Joseph Parker moves a lot and this can put Daniel Dubois into some troubles. Well, this is quite an argument. This is one of the aspects of Joseph Parker going into this fight, like moving, do not stand still in front of Daniel Dubois. But I don't think that Daniel Dubois at this stage of his career is unable to cut off the ring. So Daniel Dubois can cut off the ring effectively and still have the better of Joseph Parker. As far as I know, Joseph Parker doesn't move as much as Usyk, right? Usyk is just a genius fighter. He's moving a lot in the ring and he has a lot of angles as he changes a lot of angle during his fight. So his speed and movement always give a lot of heavyweight hard work during the fight. But Joseph Parker doesn't move like Usyk, and still in a fight between Usyk and Daniel Dubois, Dubois was able to hit Usyk with a very devastating body shot Even though it was ruled as a low blow, people still believe that it was still a legal blow, and Dubois could have won the fight. That being said, I don't think it's a very strong argument for Joseph Parker going to this fight if he has to rely on his movement to win the fight. I think Daniel Dubois is smart enough, is fast enough, and his brawler, he can easily cut off the ring and get the better of Joseph Parker. Then I believe that this can also be a little bit subjective of Multiple Bakole, knowing that Multiple Bakole and Joseph Parker are good friends, if not best friends. So it's hard to pick another opponent over your best friend. And for me, it sounds a little bit subjective, him picking Joseph Parker to win the fight against Daniel Dubois. I ain't saying Joseph Parker can win this fight. Dubois might be too strong for Joseph Parker. Now, coming back into the whole saga of sparring stories with AJ, now at least we have an idea of what transpired in sparring session, in which if you have to base on Multiple Bakole story, Kabayal was present in the gym and adhered and so on and so forth. But now, you can also understand why today, if that story saying that actually buckled AJ, took his legs off, he hit AJ with a left hook, and then AJ was actually on stable legs and it was almost gone. They had to give him some time to recover before they continue with the sparring. So if that is true and that it happened in the presence of Kabayal, and I understand why Kabayal will not want any fight with Multiple Bakole, why he's going to fight Zhilei Zhang. If that's true, because Kabayal know exactly the performance of Multiple Bakole in the ring, what Multiple Bakole can do in the ring, and maybe it could be one of the reasons why he decided not to pursue his fight with Multiple Bakole, instead to go Zhilei Zhang way, knowing that Zhilei Zhang is aging and his gas tank is not also on point. It could be that, but I think Multiple Bakole has been saying this quite enough now, that has been beating all these guys in sparring. I know it's a way for Multiple Bakole to promote himself, but breaking some rules in the game, because what remains in sparring should remain in sparring. All right, I know he's using it to promote himself because he believes that he's not being treated fair in the game, that by now he should have got a title shot. But the whole process through that, right? Him saying Anthony Joshua will not see the 4th round, so he's giving Joshua only 4th round out of 12 to knock him out, and worse with Daniel Dubois, he only giving 2 rounds to Daniel Dubois, knock him out. And he's saying that the toughest fight, in my opinion, from what I heard him say, we have it will be Usyk, and Usyk is a champion. Usyk is a champion, and for you to fight Usyk is a champion, you have to go through the process. And even Usyk, where he is at, Usyk deserves his spot. All right, he has to go through the process. He has to take this heavyweight out one after the other, and Multiple Bakole, you have to also follow the same process. I believe you are good enough to beat all these heavyweight and knock them out, but in boxing there's a process. Where you're coming from and for where you're going, there's a process. You have to go through all this before you get the title shot. So you have to knock these other heavyweights out before you get there. And a Jagba is one person that stands your way in that process. You need to concentrate on a fight against a Jagba, all right, to deserve your spot. So keep on improving that you are good enough to deserve all these fights. So we can't wait to see, because we only believe in your words. And what is funny is that those of these heavyweights have been actually mentioning in your different interviews of Sparring Knockout have ever come, debunk what you're saying, which could be true at some point, but at the same time, sparring stories may be kept in sparring, and maybe you should use another way to promote yourself, because sometimes you also know that in this sport of boxing you have to show a minimum level of humility, because it can also be that that night it was your off night, you get knocked out. So there's a minimum of humility you have to show when talking about what happened in sparring sessions with the different opponents and so on and so forth, because anything can happen in boxing. And you have a big fight with Afe Ajagba, who is not a gentleman. Afe Ajagba is a hard hitter, and that's a big fight you have. So you have to go past Afe Ajagba first, and that would actually give you a good spot to actually contend for the title shot. If it happens that you are overlooking Afe Ajagba and then you get knocked out, but you might be the laughing stock of the heavy division, right? So it's better you show a little bit of humility when talking about boxing. And I know you want to get a title shot, and it only takes one punch for a heavyweight boxer to go to sleep. So it can happen to everybody, and Joshua never knew he was going to get knocked out by Dubois. In boxing, you got to focus on the challenger ahead, the hard-hitting Afe Ajagba, right, before you get to the champion. So, fight fans, this is what I got to say about the chaotic appearance of Bakole as he comes back again with the stories and give us more precision on what really transpired in the training session and how he was able to have the upper hand over Anthony Joshua. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for little boxing news analysis. See you next video. Peace.